Good morning, y'all. Here I have a shot of what I'm dealing with and not of my face because I just wanted to jump right in and show you what I'm doing. I recently talked about a TWSBI 540 on my currently inked video in the sense that I showed you a pen that was broken because I wanted to ink it and it broke. There's a crack in the barrel and I emailed TWSBI about it and they were nice enough to send me some new parts for the cost of shipping. Now, I've been kind of struggling with this without having the camera on because I could not get this piston mechanism out properly. But I think I can get it out now, or I've figured out a way to get it out. So I thought I would film the fixing of this, inking of it, and then writing with it, because I don't think I've ever done a video on this. So what happened was this got separated from this part. So I just put that back on. I made sure, or I tried to actually make sure it was stuck on there. It's kind of difficult because this freely turns. And then I took it out a little bit. Now, piston is a little bit stuck, so I'm gonna see if I can do it again. Like put it back on there. But it might not work because it's being a little stubborn. Okay, yeah. Gonna have to use my nails. Anyway, this is out. It's not clean because after I tried to ink it and it broke, I didn't really clean it. So I'm putting this to the side, I guess. And then we have the broken barrel. And I think you can see the crack. It's really hard to see. There, that's the crack. There. So I got a new part. And it's going to be interesting if I can figure out how to do all this, but we shall see. New barrel. So the TWSBI 540s were fairly prone to cracking. It was made in a time where TWSBI used a different type of plastic. So their plastic has changed, and I can actually see that this is a different barrel. As you can see, there's threads here, and those threads, there might be threads in this area, but if there are, I can't really see them. So yeah, there's definitely a difference there, which is nice because that means that we probably have a different mechanism and not as much issues, not as many issues. This is a replacement of, let me see, of this, I think. Now I don't know if this silver part has to go on here because they didn't really tell me, and I don't really have a guide to this. I don't think it goes on there because, so I'll show you the difference. So old and new. The old one is has a silver part here. The new one has threads instead of a silver part, which makes me realize that this silver part does not have to be transferred over there because these threads go into the threads I just showed you. So yeah, those go together. This is the old, and then this, the piston knob does still go in here. Okay, that works. Let me thread it on there a little bit. And then I guess this is, I'm filming this, which is kind of hilarious, because I honestly don't know really what I'm doing. So there's a way you can lock this thing in here, in the, oh, this one goes, okay. But how? Give me 1 second, I shall look it up. All right, honestly, don't know what I did, but now the mechanism is working, so I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. Yeah, interesting, don't know how I did that. Also, don't know if I should have it pulled in when I put this in or pushed out. I need to have it out because I need to be able to put the wrench in. I couldn't find my actual go in. I couldn't find my actual 580 wrench, so okay, it's happening now. It's counterclockwise. Yes, it's counterclockwise, not clockwise. I was doing it the wrong way. Is it going in? Okay, that is in. Piston. Yeah, okay. This is what I was afraid of. There's a way to like ideally install it. I did not do it correctly. So I have to do it again. Okay, so here's where the shenanigans actually begin, because I'm having trouble getting the piston stuck on the piston knob again. And now it's not actually that confusing. You have to like actually screw the piston knob onto the piston rod. But I was having trouble with this, and then I also had trouble getting it aligned properly, so I would be able to close the piston knob fully. This is the thing with TWSBIs. It's not just this TWSBI, it's also on the TWSBI Ecos, where you have to screw it in just far enough so you can actually screw in the piston rod fully. Now, I decided to also grease this piston rod because like I was messing with it anyway. But yeah, this is the clowning around of me. Just make sure you aligned the knob and the rod correctly. You only will have to do it once. Also, don't use the plastic wrench on the 580 or the 540. It doesn't really work. As you can see, I had to dig out my my metal wrench, and that helped me unscrew it, but don't do it. Okay, these are the lessons I've learned from clowning around. So finally done. I can ink it up with Lamy Dark Lilac, one of my favorite inks, sadly no longer available and sold at ridiculous prices, but I love it nonetheless. Finally, I have an inked working pen. It took me forever to get the alignment right of the piston filling system, but I did it. As you saw, it was not an easy job. And also it was very random how it all fit together, but I did it. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a writing sample, show you the pen, etc. This is a TWSBI Diamond 540, as I've said before. TWSBI logo right there, and Diamond 540 right there. So the 580 is the follow-up to this pen. This one tended to crack. The plastic was different than the plastic TWSBI uses now, and it had problems cracking. I had the same problem. This barrel is different from the old barrel, so probably won't have that problem, which is really nice. It is an all blue but translucent pen. It has the red TWSBI logo on the cap, and the clip is, as you would expect, fairly usable, not too stiff, and it has that lovely diamond pattern on the barrel, as in it's shaped like that, and it's really, really nice. I got this one at Appelboom a few years ago, and the 580 was already out by then, but I saw it and I was like, whoa, I love that color, so I wanted to get it. It has the same nib as the 580. It's a number 6 nib, and I believe it's Jowo. I never remember if it's Jowo or Bach, but I believe they have Jowo nibs. And this is a really fine nib, and it's an extra fine on there. It was the only one they had, otherwise I would have gone for a little bit broader. Grip, also blue translucent. Here you have the threads. They are not very sharp. But yeah, let's go for a writing sample. I inked it up, as you saw, with Lamy Dark Lilac. And it's been a while since I've written with this pen because it was like broken, and also I didn't ink it up that often. So, Diamond 540. And this is, of course, TWSBI. The ink is Lamy Dark Lilac. And it is an extra fine nib. And honestly, the flow is great, but I attribute that to this ink because it is an extra fine nib. It was fairly dry. It is not super smooth because of that extra fine. But it is still very usable, even though it's a little toothy. I really enjoy writing with it. And I'm kind of excited to use this again, use the ink in it, and actually be able to like use a full fill of this pen. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this sort of chaotic video. It was a pleasure to film and also a pleasure to have my frustration out on video. But yeah, that's the TWSBI 540. All fixed and all done and back to normal. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.